The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Now I don't know how long it takes for. Okay, whatever. Hey there, everybody! Welcome back to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast for the classic and modern age. Over here on the far left of the table, we have our life-size marketable plushie, Channel Pup.
Howdy.
We have our professional child punter, Nick.
You know, I bought coffee creamer yesterday, and I spent 5 minutes looking around my fridge, and I don't think I brought the coffee creamer in.
Oh.
How bad would it be to go into my car and get... No, it was really hot yesterday.
Nick, remember the time I drank a milkshake that had been in your car for like a week?
Yeah, never mind. I'll go get more coffee creamer. Anyway,
I was
hi.
fine.
We have the person that's
You
going
are
to test
anything
if,
but fine.
we have the person that's going to test if the coffee creamer is still safe to drink, Cirrus.
Wait, I never signed up for
Nah,
that.
he's the person
Look
that
at
made
him.
the
He
coffee
can make us
creamer.
some new coffee creamer.
I saved you the effort and I
Yeah.
signed you up for it. You're welcome. And then there's me.
don't
Wayne.
need milk coffee creamer.
I don't drink creamer either because I drink my coffee the way you're supposed to, black. But that's fine.
And surprise, surprise!
No. That is like the weirdest thing to flex. I can't
No.
stand it when people are like, "Oh, I drink black coffee." I just like gross water. Good for you. Fuck's sake.
I find it's a little too bitter.
Congratulations,
bitter.
Wayne.
But the amount of things that I've seen you put in your mouth, sir, you're not one to talk.
What do you mean?
How many? Wait! Hold on, Wayne. How many things have you seen Nick put in his mouth? Because every time I've seen Nick, it's only been pizza.
I've seen him put like broccoli and sprouts in there, just shoving it as like
Yeah, in a
Forcefully as
desperate
he can.
attempt to make up for the fucking pizza. Those don't count.
in a desperate
It
attempt
does
to
too
get his
count.
pussy
Get a
to stop
handful of
hurting.
just lettuce in your face.
You
Yeah, that
literally
does-
just
that does,
you
to be
literally
fair,
just
count.
grabbed a handful of greens and shoved them down for no reason other than it made you feel better.
I mean, in fairness though, like
That's
it's
why you eat healthy
consuming
food.
it's consuming the vitamins, you know, like.
That's exactly right. Yeah, like I have a thing of salad in there. Like I could just grab a handful, stuff it in, carry on with my day. Like why waste my time trying to prep it up? It's gross. I
He's
don't want
getting
to
the
deal with it.
nutrients. It's just, you know,
It's
it's
whatever
treating it
they do.
as the
you
obligation.
can make salad taste good.
No, but there was actually a really funny instance
A waste
at
of time.
which steakhouse was it that we went to, Nick?
I mean, like, was it Texas?
Was it like an
Roadhouse?
Outback or was it a Texas Roadhouse? I don't know. But like
Texas Roadhouse.
you had some kind of vegetable that you didn't like. And I just saw you just desperately trying to shove this thing in your face and said, "Have you tried dipping it in the sauce?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, what a good idea." And I have no idea how you didn't come to that conclusion yourself.
It's such a whatever story, and you can't stop telling it.
Because it's just really funny what a toilet brain you can be at times.
Anyway,
all of us are toilet brains 20%
Speak
of the time.
for
Probably.
your fucking self.
put some creamer
Toilet
in your
brain.
coffee, you bitch.
I just put
I'm
milk in
not
it.
the one who has the creamer problem. That's
talking to
Wayne.
You're
How
not
am I
the only one
supposed
here.
to know?
We
Don't
don't
screaming. It's too early in the morning.
we don't have a lot of creamer in the UK actually. In the UK we just put milk in it.
Our first topic is everybody overreacting to Wayne's coffee preferences.
Because they're wrong
I'm just not a
Actually,
fan of black coffee
on the
myself.
internet,
I'm-
no less.
Actually, I'm full of shit too because my favorite coffee is like a cappuccino, which is literally mostly steamed milk. So
All right.
So,
oh God, for crying out loud.
Not only is it a diuretic, but
By the way, Nick, remember we were having that conversation about how they're going to be able to, you know, bring back King of the Hill when the voice of Luan is dead. But now Dale Griffin
Yeah.
is dead, and that's
Yeah, I don't. That one's a hard one, man. Like don't know
I
how you
think
dealt with
you
that.
either
Let
got
the
to
show
recast or
end.
you got to say nah.
yeah, I think it ended off on a great note. Let it be. I started watching the new episodes of Futurama and like they're funny, they're good. It's not like prime era funny, but it's like you know, it's a step above some of the later seasons.
You know what?
But,
When
like,
you've
Jesus
inspired
Christ,
me, it's a brilliant
Mm-hmm.
idea to let these things end, and instead we'll have the AI make the new episodes. That will
Oh,
be
no.
that'll be the way to do
Oh,
it.
no.
That way we can let things finally die. You know.
Well, that was who voices Fry in
Billy
Futurama?
West, he's very old now, isn't he?
Yeah, you can hear
You
it.
can hear
man.
it. You can hear it.
hear it. It makes me a little sad, to be honest.
I haven't
It's
seen
like I
the
heard-
new ones yet. I need to catch up on the Comedy Central era of the show, to be honest.
Do you?
I noticed it was a very horny iteration of the show.
It's fine. It's all right. It
all
had
right.
its good episodes. It's
Meanwhile,
like
it was
any
a
other
really
TV.
good ending.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's another one where I'm just like, would it have been the worst thing for this to be where things left off? But
They've had great finales. They've had like
a
3 or
lot of
4 of them. Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
At this
the
point, whatever.
Simpsons Futurama crossover was also a decent little finale as well, ending on the note of Homer putting Bender to bed in his basement. Like, that's kind of a nice ending.
They got their heartfelt moments. How you feeling about the new episode so far, Wayne?
So I've only seen the first one. I thought it was fun. If a little Futurama's never strayed away from being topical, but this feels like a step a little too far in some ways, especially since like some of the topical jokes aren't especially funny.
Is it compare it to what happened with Animaniacs?
Regrettably, I've
remember.
not yet seen the newer episodes of Animaniacs.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's fun. It's fine. I like it a little bit more than what I've seen from the Comedy Central era, and it is also just Futurama's a really important show to me. So it's nice to see them back, but it is also the entire time I'm thinking is just like, wow, I feel how much this show has aged just watching it. Not in entirely bad ways. It's just like, yeah, it made me happy to hear, Calculon and Bender and all these other characters that I'm familiar with
You know,
again.
I've actually pinpointed the point where I kind of gave up on the Comedy Central era. It's
What
really
that?
actually really funny. It was the second episode in. Like, they ended off, like, the last of the movies on this, like, note of, like, Fry and Leela finally getting together and everything after all this will they, won't they. And only for the second episode into the Comedy Central era, he gets cucked. Do you guys remember that? Like, fucking...
Oh,
Was
her
that
and
the Beast
Zach
with the
Brannigan.
billion backs?
I thought that was a really funny episode.
No, Beast with a Billion Backs is the second movie. I'm talking about post-movies, Comedy Central era.
Right.
Episode 2, they're all back. But in the second episode in, Leela and Zach Brannigan are on this, like, forest planet, moderated by this, like, body, called Vagini. And, basically, in order to save the world, she and Zach Brannigan have to fuck in front of Fry.
Yeah.
I thought I was mean-spirited.
Just thought of a funny little joke. Like that's right in line with Futurama. I don't know. I thought that was one of the better ones from the Comedy Central era. That
You
episode.
would say that, you fucking cuck.
Jake, that insecure. Like, oh no, what are you talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know. Futurama's fun. I also watch Venture Brothers.
I've been rewatching it. It's really, really good. I've not seen it in a movie yet, though.
I need to grab. I saw that at the store the other day, and I need to go back and just pick that up so I can blitz through the show and watch that.
I
Today's
love
my
Venture
last day
Brothers.
with HBO Max or just Max now, so I'm finishing up Venture Bros again. I know what it is. Just something to put on in the background while I'm doing shit.
Speaking of subscriptions ending, I am finally free of the blue tick.
Why'd you even get that to begin with?
Because I thought
It's
I
for
could get
those-
money out of it. It was
for that Twitter payout that they
yeah,
they
no,
bought
so
the
I
second
it was
month
literally
in.
the second I saw that, I then impulse bought it, and afterwards I was like, wait a minute, this requires an almost unobtainable amount of engagement. And then
Yeah,
I
you
was
need to
like,
treat it like a job.
and I was like,
YouTube.
boy, do I feel like a big silly. I mean, to be
Well,
fair, I
what's-
probably spend more time on Twitter than I do YouTube.
It's funny because it seems like they fumbled that whole like payout system like the second month in.
Yeah,
It's
well,
worth noting as well.
that's
It was like 4 a.m. when I did the purchase, and you know that nothing good comes out
It
of
was-
4 a.m. purchases.
It was one of those decisions that you're just like, huh, that is a thing I did, isn't it?
Yeah, the next morning I was like, what the fuck?
Do you think that X name's actually gonna stick?
I think so, if only because Elon is stubborn.
Yeah, but maybe
Oh.
He's
someone will
been-
buy it from him and then turn it back to Twitter.
I think
I don't
it's
think he's gonna give that up. That and I think that there may be some sort of like legal stipulation with him having to keep the company a certain amount of time.
Well, and I think he's going to keep it as X for as long as humanly possible because he's been trying to name companies X for years. It's one of the things that got him kicked out of PayPal.
It's such a weird fucking that's it. That's the
It's
thing.
the weirdest priority, right? Like all the things
um,
you can do with Twitter, that is the weirdest thing.
You know, whatever my opinions on Elon are, and we don't have Gilly here to yell at me about it, I thought the idea of taking this time-worn institution of social media and just completely rebranding it was ballsy, and I was here for it. I was ready to see it. But seeing that they've replaced a bespoke logo with a glyph, and seeing that they've replaced an iconic color scheme with just black and white, seeing that there's just no noteworthy piece of branding to make it even remotely the standard of branding that Twitter was. And don't get me wrong, I'm not in love with the bird or anything, but, like, it was a piece of, like, iconic branding. This is barely even fucking branding. You took retweet, a term that it took work to get people to say, and changed it to repost.
You don't. So there's a rule of thumb with marketing, right? If your company has created a verb, and it is a verb that has come into like common lexicon, you don't fuck that up.
Either that, or you replace it with something that is equally good, better, or distinct. You don't just replace it with repost. It would be like renaming YouTube to video website.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Yeah.
Well, welcome to generic video website.
It'd be like naming YouTube X video, you know?
It's literally brand X. Like the idea of like a brand X is like, you know, that's a metaphor. This isn't even a fucking
Like
metaphor.
the generic, yeah, that's a generic placeholder. Like he just wants to have X everywhere to the point where he starts suing old cartoons for saying brand X.
It's literally his way of getting lots of kisses because he never gets them.
I thought it was funny as somebody made a post where it was
He's gonna buy Amazon, rename it to Acme.
Oh god. Somebody made a meme where it was it was like the two forks in the road for X, and one was like Twitter and the other was just a picture of a hamster.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
You made it there, buddy.
Oh, I get it now too.
just the rolling wave of comprehension.
Oh my god.
It's fun to laugh at other people's mistakes, especially when they have lots of money.
So should the Xbox not be like a sexual box?
Oh no.
Microsoft's next baby.
It's the Xbox 3, the Triple X.
Soon to be renamed to the tweet box.
There's some Xbox fans out there who treat it like it's a sexual connection.
I mean, any console fan.
Wayne is back with some biting commentary.
You're right. You're not wrong.
I remember when I was in high school, and that was my thoughts when it came to the Wii. Was like, I will defend this thing until the ends of the earth.
Yeah, it's you really can't get away from that from any console. It's like
nope.
PlayStation's just as bad about it.
The PlayStation naming convention is the absolute best in the entire industry, gotta admit.
PlayStation's a good name.
Yeah, but like just the naming convention of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah. No, working at a fucking game store trying to like get out of people what they want from an Xbox is the worst thing in the world.
Like literally, go find an alien and ask them what the first Xbox is. They can't. Whereas PlayStation 1, easy. They got the same numbering system out there in space, right?
Absolutely.
Why can't
They actually did rename it to PS1 for that for that first redesign they did too.
Yeah.
So one of them's literally called PS1.
I just feel like was that clip of the mom just screaming at the kid in the back seat. Just why can't you be normal?
Oh my god. Well, guys, we do a Sonic podcast.
Yeah, we got some news as well.
Sometimes.
To begin us off with, if you want. If you like.
Yeah, go for it.
The most nostalgic thing Sonic has ever done happened. They released a browser game on the LEGO website. It's a
nostalgic for you, young man.
Sonic browser game. What, you mean to tell me that it's not nostalgic for you? That you still play
No.
browser games on the daily?
Oh, I forgot this old man hates Legos.
Well,
It ain't about the
There's
Lego
that.
for me. I barely had Lego growing up.
I was talking about Nick.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, the reason it's nostalgic for me is the fact we got a fucking browser game in
Yeah.
2023.
I haven't played a browser game since Cartoon Network had a whole bunch of like weird RPGs on their website.
It's also
I-
like a proper browser game, you know, like a proper one where it's like, you know, like you're gonna play it the once. It's got no merit outside that, but like it's cute, you know.
I didn't get a chance to use a computer much as a kid, so my experience with like browser games and everything were limited. But I do remember fucking around with there was a codename Kid Next Door like browser game.
I never played the Kids Next Door browser game actually. It's weird.
I remember being super into that. There was some kind of promotional thing like with the show at the time too. They usually try to tie those over, but yeah,
There
that
was
was an
a-
era.
There was a Cartoon Network browser game where you were like on a resort and every single character from like the lineup at the time was an NPC giving you side quests.
Yeah.
It was a like in retrospect, it was a really bad game, but as a kid, it was I think that outside of Smash Brothers, I think that was the first crossover thing I ever saw.
So
Well,
I've,
Cartoon
Yeah.
Network was just good about that in general. Like all their TV bumpers and everything, just
Yeah.
had all those characters interacting with each other, and I always thought that was great.
So I've actually taken the time to play it a little bit before the show.
Mhm.
And it's an isometric little thing. And the whole thing is like you point Sonic in the direction you want him to go in his little Sonic ball, and you break down some walls using a boost, but the main thing is sort of bouncing off of walls to go in the direction you want to go. And at the end of it, you fight a big old Death Egg robot, and there's like little animal capsules around that you can bust open. It's, you know, it's all right. You know, it was a fun 2 minutes that I played it. That's a browser game for you. It's certainly got nothing on Ultimate Flash Sonic as far as Sonic browser games go. As far as
I mean,
official
a lot
ones
of
goes-
the fan made endeavors are going to be way more ambitious.
As far as
Yeah.
official ones go, it was alright, you know? Like, it was fine. But
Yeah.
perhaps the most notable thing about it is its soundtrack is comprised of music from Sonic Superstars. Which, you know, gives us probably our best look yet at the fusion between Jun Sonoe and T. Lopes. And, gotta say, I'm confused, but I'm liking the way a lot of it's sounding. Because there are tracks that sound kind of like, you know, the classic Sonic music from Generations meets the T. Lopes kind of feel. And then there are tracks that are just fucking Sonic 4. And I don't know, are they gonna like mix the two, or are the Sonic 4 ones just temp tracks? I don't know, but like...
It's just replacing Sonic 4 in canon.
No, and when I say they're just Sonic 4, I don't mean they've literally ripped music from Sonic 4. It's just that there are a couple of tracks using the same sound chip as Sonic 4. Then there's one that sounds like a legitimate Mega Drive sound chip. So I'm genuinely a bit at a loss as to what the musical style of this is actually going to be. But from the bits that sound not like Sonic 4, they sound good. So I'm pretty happy.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna check out that game a little bit later today, and might make a quick video. I might not. I don't know yet. But I was wondering, and it looks like Poppy Weed made the joke because I was wondering about it, because I did see a quick clip of it. It was like Sonic Labyrinth 2, basically. I'm like, oh
I
no.
was thinking of Labyrinth, or it wasn't quite 3D Blast.
I was thinking it
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
I mean, there's not too many isometric Sonic games out there, so yeah, that was gonna stand out.
Yeah,
Courageous of them. I guess it could only exist in a browser game these days.
I mean it's cute. I will say it was kind of fun. I went on a very long trip this past week to go to a wedding, and getting back home was a tiresome adventure, and I still feel like shit after it.
I remember you mentioning your escapades in chat.
God, it's fucking terrible. Like the wedding was great, and getting up there wasn't too bad, but getting home, Jesus. I did end up like just to take a break because of how terrible the roads were that day. I stopped at a big old mall near DC called Potomac Mills,
Mhm.
and really cool mall. it's fucking massive. Back when I lived closer to that area, I visited it once or twice, but it was weird going back and still seeing it so lively now that we've seen so many shopping malls like die out and everything like that. But they have a Lego store, like a dedicated Lego store, and so I actually got to go in and see just a bunch of like the Sonic Lego sets and stuff like that, and that was fun.
Yeah, I have to say it's been very, very weird. Because like me and Saki have tried going when we were going around the United States, just wanting to find stuff to do in various towns. And the first thing that pops into my head, because I guess 90s and early 2000s, is hey, let's go to a mall.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't work very well now. Not
Dude,
really.
This one had a fucking arcade, like a giant arcade. It was super cool. And they had so many games in there. Place was much bigger than I was expecting it to be, but they had like your racing games, DDR, like crane games and everything with like anime prize figures and shit. It was wild. I wasn't expecting to see that in there.
Reminds me, I should have taken some better pictures of so I was in Alabama visiting family recently, and I was hanging out with Trey because he was in town, and there was a place that we didn't both go because he had to do stuff for a show in the morning, but I sent him pictures of, and I wish I'd gotten pictures of the arcade, but it was this giant gaming store that was big enough to host a convention in it. Like, they actually host conventions in their store because it's that large. But they have a huge, like, dimly lit arcade in the back that I wish I had taken some pictures of for you.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I guess all of that was to say I saw some Sonic Lego sets.
I saw some in the local game store that we have. You guys have like GameStop and all that. We just have Game. So I went to Game and I saw there that they had Sonic Lego sets.
I'd heard those are closing down.
No, they merged with a company called Sports Direct. So now every Sports Direct store has a game in it.
Okay.
It is interesting now that I guess GameStop is trying to get back into taking in retro stuff, and I've had a couple of customers who will come into our like local retro store, and they're just like, "Oh man, you guys worried about that?" Like, and I'm just like, "No, no, they've done this like 5 times, and they fail every fucking time because they don't give a shit to train their staff how to like know how to do any of this." Hey, dude, like somebody coming in isn't gonna know shit about like the. There are going to be some people that are, in the current mainline gaming market, that are going to be getting jobs in there that have never even seen a 64.
Yeah,
like, they're not going to know what to do with this stuff. They're not trained they're not trained up on how to know what's authentic. They're not going to be able to answer questions on like, what this, that, or the other is. That takes knowledge, and that's they're not going to have that. And again, that's nothing against the employees. I don't trust like the upper management of GameStop to train their staff how to do any of that shit.
Truth be told, like, the only issue I have with GameStop really is just that they didn't stop the games.
Yeah, I felt that one coming in my bones.
But you know what? He's right.
Anyway.
I'm just feeling the side eye from Wayne from across the United States. It's there.
When are we gonna name our show Pup Stop? When we can stop.
Well, we can't stop pups, so
Cancel them on X.com? Oh no.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, we have longer than usual intro there. Did get a bit of some news there, but just in case you're popping in and you've not been with us ever, we are starting to do the show Monday mornings on West Coast. Monday, start of the afternoon, West Coast, and 5 over in the UK for Pup. But for the folks that have been giving us super chats, we greatly appreciate it. We help pay bills with your generosity, so thank you so much. But we do read those at the end of the show. We also do have a Patreon. We haven't had any. I don't think we have any new like Patreon questions or anything to answer today, do we?
No, there's a prompt in there for anybody who wants to get questions out for next Monday, but there are no new ones in there at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay, so we got all of that stuff, but today we're doing the second half of a Sonic Iceberg. If you weren't with us last week, basically we just grabbed a random iceberg and just saw what we could see, like if we could figure out what any of this crap was. And I think we got a little over halfway through it, but we're starting to get to the bottom tiers of this particular one. So I think we're going to continue to do our best to figure out some of this stuff, because we might actually be getting into some more challenging ones. Do you guys remember where we left off last time?
I
Yes.
think we did like the top like
5, I think.
yeah, because we did King
the-
Boom Boo Boo. We did Max the Monkey.
Yeah, so it would have been top
Uh,
5. We just got the bottom 3 left.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
where do we want to start?
Looks
I
like we
guess-
start with you and we just go from left to right like we were doing before.
Sure. So Sonic Team ripped off Pepsi Man. Do we know anything
Oh,
about
I
that?
have no idea. No
I have-
idea.
So yeah, actually, Sirs, take it away.
No, I was gonna say that this is one that I've heard mentioned in passing, but I've never looked into.
So the City Escape level has some striking similarities to a level of Pepsi Man.
I'll put an image in
that-
Backrooms.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those where, like, yeah, could totally be a coincidence. It's less likely that it's a coincidence, but it could be. It's
If
wild
you
how
if you
similar
tilt
the
your
level is.
head to the side really really hard.
Yeah, and obviously it's just like, both were doing their own things. Sonic with the rail grinding, the truck chase. Oh no, wait, fuck! The truck chase was in the Pepsi Man level, I think.
But it is
Oh, no.
it is San Francisco, and it is him like boarding down it. which-
Yeah, and I do think there was a truck chase in that, actually, if memory
Damn.
serves. So Sonic Adventure 2 is inferior to Sonic Adventure 1 because of that. Thank you. Problem solved.
What's going on with the puppy dog? Oh my god.
So I moved my office from the room that it was in to a room that is actually near the porch.
Move
so
it back.
I physically cannot do that.
To be honest, like,
Growlithe is outside.
just based off recent events, I assumed that was Cricket.
Relocate the dog. Nah, Cricket's got more of a like a.
Cricket does
bitch
not have that
bark,
yet.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
it does not have that booming
I
bark.
Whoa! It's more of a.
Paying attention to the way your dogs bark, man.
It's a little dog.
I have
Pay
not
attention
seen
to my children.
Cricket.
Just think of what a stupid little insignificant bitch sounds like, and then you
'cause
got
I
Cricket's
have-
bark.
I have
So
not
it's
been
basically what
your
Puff
home.
sounds like if he could actually bark.
Fuck up! I can bark. Oh,
Anyway, yeah, I'm seeing the resemblance there. I'd say it's just a coincidence. That's just me. But
Is yeah.
to be fair, Pepsi Man did show up in Fighting Vipers, the Sega Saturn.
Did
you mean
he
fighting
you mean
really?
Satin Panthers?
Holy shit! Did he actually? That's awesome.
but only in the Japanese version.
Right. I need to get a fucking. Was that the Saturn port of Fighting Vipers?
It's Fighting Vipers is a Saturn game. Yeah.
Okay, I need to get a Jap. I need to crack my fucking Saturn and
Just
play
buy
that.
one of those. Buy one of those cartridges. Let's play all regions.
Oh yeah. I'll have to do that. I found out recently there was a Saturn port of the first Resident Evil, and it's got like a
Mhm.
bunch of exclusive content and shit, and
Mhm.
I am fascinated by that.
Same with
Nice.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night has an exclusive area there too.
No
I think
shit! No,
yeah.
that was on Saturn too.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't fucking know that. I thought that was just
Oh,
on
buddy.
PlayStation.
That console gets more fascinating to me the more I learn about
I
it. And it's
fucking
really
love
nice
that
Mega
library.
Man and Mega Man 8 does have 2 exclusive boss fights for the Saturn version too.
Yeah, no, I need to get one of those cartridges, and I just need to play shit on the Saturn.
It's a fun, weird little system. I'm a big fan of it. Anyway, let's keep going on. Let's see. So we just did Pepsi Man. Another one I don't know off the top of my head, but this sounds familiar. The Russian Sonic Quiz Show.
That's us.
So, so the only things I know about this thing is it has the Sonic design where he's got the mohawk, but it's 3D modeled and it looks the animation's really weird. It's literally a quiz show with a 3D animation of Sonic in the beginning, and it looks god awful. Yeah, that thing.
Why? So, what, is Sonic in it for a reason, or?
It's Jesus Christ! He's the fucking ring.
No, it's a
rings.
So it's a quiz show about Sonic stuff. It was made in like 93, 94.
Oh right, so
it's
was
old.
about. So it wasn't just like they decided to put like a mascot in it, and it just happens to be Sonic.
Yeah, they didn't just throw Sonic in there randomly. No,
we don't have
actually...
another episode of Why Are Foreign People So Fucking Stupid?
No.
Okay.
It was So that's the only thing I know about this thing is that weird model.
Damn, this is really interesting. It's called Sonic
fun.
the Super Hedgehog.
Good for Sonic.
I just found a video of it, and I'm looking at a Russian guy going, "I come bearing great gifts from beyond the stars." I don't know what I'm looking at.
I've also found a picture from a thing called the Sega Star Kids Challenge, and that Sonic costume is hilarious.
What in the world? Who hurt him?
Yeah. He looks like he's feeling shameful about something.
Yeah.
What's this next one?
He looks like he merged with the Puyo Puyo beans from Mean Bean Machine.
Nice new avatar you got there, sir. It's not like exploitative or anything, eh?
It's just Sonic.
Yeah, it's just Sonic. You keep telling yourself that, buddy. You're like everything I accuse Wayne of falsely.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, that puts you up, Oh, wait, nope. Surprise, surprise, he's not here. That puts you up, Suris, with the next one.
This one's dramazero.gif. The
GIF with a G.
GIF. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what this is. I tried to research it, and I'm coming up with nothing.
So I did a little bit of research on this one because I didn't know anything about it either. But apparently, there's a file in the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure called dramazero.gif, and it's basically an artifact from an old Sonic Adventure production VHS tape that shows Yuji Uekawa holding up a realistic blue hedgehog picture.
Is that it?
Yeah, this is the picture right here. Boom.
Damn, you actually found it. That's impressive. Well,
I've seen that before.
It looked so like.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah,
Is that in the file of Sonic Adventure?
That's in the files of Sonic Adventure. Yeah,
the Dreamcast version.
Dreamcast version specifically. Yes.
Neat.
I don't know if it's still in the later ports, but it's from the stuff I looked at was just for the Dreamcast version. If you want to find anything about this, go to the cutting room floor. They have all the information on this and everything else for the files.
Chris, why are you holding a game controller? What are you even playing?
I'm playing Sonic.
Where? There's no TV on this train.
Look, I'm a very special child.
No kidding.
Why do we not have the original intro for Still on Train?
That's got to be some kind of ableism.
Like the train heading for Sunset City was so cute. Why are we still on a train if we're not using that?
We are on a train. What are you talking about?
Wait, which?
Why are we not using the opening that we used to use?
Oh,
because
the train
we're using the opening that we now use.
We can't start off with a black string going train head to Sunset City, and then we do a thing.
You were all like, make the intro
about
shorter.
That a while back too.
You were all like, make the intro shorter. It needs to be short. Now you want me to add a few seconds of him saying the train headed to Sunset City? Will be like, we don't need it. We don't need it.
I miss introducing the show with Wayne's booming voice.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, well, you
That's a weird
guys
thing to
can
get rid
do
of.
that then. You guys can put a new intro together and have that in it and send it over to me.
I'm just gonna take a quick photo of with my dog eating something, and that'll be our new intro.
I mean, yeah. I mean, hell yeah.
Just shaking around a Sonic doll.
Which dog will it be?
Cricket's the only one's gonna destroy shit.
Boo.
There we go.
Give us the good one. Give us the one we like.
Anyway, where are we? Where's my iceberg?
Hell.
We're on Wayne.
Where's my iceberg?
Oh,
Where's my iceberg?
Where's my
get the fuck out of me! I didn't consent to this
Where's
shit.
my iceberg? My favorite show,
All right,
Family Guy. Every character
I
come
guess
out.
we got. I
iceberg.
guess we got Gotta Go Fast Origins.
I'm gonna assume it's that horrible scribble drawing.
I'm guessing it's
Is that
the
what we're
origin of
referring
that.
Is it
The
not?
Sonic X opening theme?
I was about to say, is it not the Sonic X opening theme?
Opening theme because like it certainly didn't originate from the games.
No, it didn't.
Which is funny considering every piece of external media, from like TV shows to movies, keeps throwing that line around like it's nobody's business.
Well, it is popular.
Got
Sonic
me.
X. Sonic X was a successful cartoon, and it helped get the.
Every
the
time he
property
says
also-
it, I'm just like, he never says that. Stop it.
He does
You
now.
have to-
I mean, that's a part of his thing now.
So if you remember in the late 90s and the early aughts, 4Kids Entertainment did a bunch of anime dubs. There was just and one of the things they were known for with their dubs was making an Americanized theme song for their dubs. If you like the Pokemon theme song, that's 4Kids Entertainment. If you liked the Yu-Gi-Oh opening, that's 4Kids Entertainment. It's just
Being
that's something that they were really good at doing.
being
So-
British, of
Like One
course,
Piece,
though.
the best
I-
one.
Fucking
The One Piece opening is actually slaps. I'm not
But
gonna
being-
lie.
Shut up,
being-
Sarah.
worst
Shut the
things.
fuck up.
One of
Being
the worst
from,
things I have
Nostalgia goes
ever
too
heard.
far. Sometimes you're a stupid kid. Sometimes
Being-
you're a stupid kid with bad taste, and
And
that's
some-
there.
Being
And
from
sometimes
England,
you're
I have,
adult
of
with
course,
bad
never...
taste.
Being from England, I've, of course, never heard the term gotta go fast, because we don't have that in England. Our one just has...
now. you
Our one
fucking
just
liar.
has
In Sonic
one
2?
lyric. It just has one lyric, and it's just Sonic X repeatedly. That's our theme in the UK.
It's
So
really bad. It's really, really bad.
It sounds
A
like he's saying
weird-
Sonic Eggs as well, which I really like.
Yeah.
What was the fucking?
Yep.
Have you guys ever heard like I think it was the German opening for the Digimon anime?
no, what?
Man, it's bad. I think it was German. I gotta look that shit up again later. Holy fuck.
But the if this is just talking about the gotta go fast origins in terms of like Sonic X, if there's one thing 4Kids was really good at doing, it was getting things to stick in the minds of impressionable young children. It's almost like that's what their job was. Again, if you liked the Pokemon theme, they did that for a reason.
That
So-
one I will say, I think I can say nostalgia aside, it's not bad.
Well, the Pokemon theme?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was at the tail end of the 90s when it was still really, really, really important to do like the really catchy one. I don't know if it was, I mean, Thundercats came before Ninja Turtles, but like the Ninja
like
Turtles
the-
theme. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
You know, when I was a little
I-
kid, my sister had a Pokemon poster, and it said "Gotta catch 'em all" at the bottom. I always, at the age I was when she had that, I thought it said "Gotta catch email," and I feel really stupid on reflection thinking about that.
Huh.
Gotta catch dial up.
Gotta log in.
You
Every-
got mail.
Every
Welcome to
child these
AOL.
days be like, "Gotta catch email."
It's just like the blaring bass boosted like Windows opening.
Dial-up
do
sound
wonder-
effect.
If there's like an origin to like if it just means like it's not asking us about the original, like where Gotta Go Fast comes from, but like where that drawing comes from specifically.
It was drawn by a guy with a pencil.
Or like a child, probably. Like a little child.
I don't know. It feels like one of those things like a funny adult would draw.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely. I don't know. I think I need to look that up just to be on the safe side.
I think it was a funny adult, man. It looks too deliberately balked to be a children's one. Children's ones are still
I mean,
trying, you know. Like,
Actually, I'm pretty
So-
sure that's supposed to be a hedgehog.
Are we talking about the Sonic drawing? With
No,
Gotta
no,
Go
no,
Fast,
not
or
Sa-
different
not
one?
Sonic.
No.
Sonic, I
Not
could
Sonic.
believe is drawn by a child. Gotta Go Fast, I get the feeling that's not a child.
Well, we can just go to Know Your Meme and just see what we got there.
A piece of poorly drawn art made in 2008 that was posted to the YouTube forums. in a thread discussing the art available in the gallery and a now defunct official site of Sonic Central. It's unknown who originally drew it.
Honestly, I believe that could have been done by a kid. Like that.
That looks like it could be drawn by a kid.
There's a difference between like adult trying to make like a shitty kid drawing and then like an authentic a kid who is trying to get into drawing and doesn't know what they're doing is trying to draw.
Yeah,
something.
I mean, you have to. It sounds so pretentious, just coming out of my mouth. But I mean, just looking at like the line weight and a lot of this stuff, it looks like somebody who doesn't quite have a handle, like their motor functions aren't quite sorted out yet.
Maybe they were drunk.
It's also just the way things are colored in. Like, do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way it's colored in.
It's very haphazard.
Yeah, where there's like it's in a grid pattern around the eyes, like they did lines of the color first, and then they like scribbled in between. I'm thinking
You
way too
greatly
fucking-
overestimate
you're
my
not,
coloring
because, like,
abilities.
Well, no, because like I mean, in the same picture, not the same picture, but the same article, they go down a little bit further. On April 22nd, 2008, DeviantArt member, who cares, submitted earliest parody image seen below, rendering character Scout from the first-person shooter game Team Fortress 2, and like there, I would believe that's an adult. Like you see how fast those lines are with all the drawing and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, like somebody's trying to be shitty there.
Whereas kids take their time with that shit. Like
Yeah.
they got that crayon in a vice grip as they're just like scrubbing it across the page.
And watch it, like somebody just comes out later like, nah, dude, I was totally an adult. We just sound like assholes.
I'm
Somebody
still putting
pops
my
in the
money
chat,
on
"No,
funny adult."
I drew that.
I'm still putting my money on funny adult. That circle is way too round.
What are you talking about?
He's
What
got a circular
circle?
body.
Where?
He's got a
That's
circular
not
body.
even-
Barely.
That's a potato, and you can see on the right-hand side of it, you can actually see where like they connected it in the wrong area. Like you can tell where they started and ended that circle.
Yeah, it's still too well drawn of a circle for it to be a child, in my opinion.
I understand.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
I just think it was drawn by a shit poster. I don't think it's drawn by a child.
I mean, it could have been. I'm not going to deny that that's still a possibility, but like I don't think that's the more likely scenario here.
I feel tempted to draw it right now. Prove it.
You do that, buddy. You go for it. Chase your
Yes,
dreams.
the
Practice makes perfect.
famous
Trace
time
your
where
genes.
Channel Pup will make a drawing like a child to prove that he is in fact an adult.
Do it, and then for April Fool's Day, like use a Gotta Go Fast variant of your avatar, like as your.
Yeah, bro, I'm selling that shit as an NFT. Fuck your plans.
Oh my god.
Somebody just draw the Gotta Go Fast except Pup's avatar.
I mean, it's more than I remember one of my old back when I had a different artist do channel art. Fuck, what was his rename? Well, he was Emissary from Heck at the time. He drew Pup in the style of Tails Gets Trolled, and I love it.
Amazing.
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was top tier. Oh, PK Sellers is. I was thinking Popka, but yeah.
Oh, I want to play Klonoa. I was we were working at the store yesterday, and I guess whatever soundtrack we had playing ended, and then out of nowhere I hear the opening to Lunatea's Veil, and one of my employees one of my coworkers had put in the fucking Klonoa 2 soundtrack, and I just looked at her and I just gave her a thumbs up.
Serious, can you
Fair
put Cinemax on for Growlithe or something?
The new member of Sunset City replacing Gilly. Growlithe.
Growlithe, what do you think of the latest Sonic thing?
Oh, now Growlithe has to be okay. Let's see how it is.
A
Dude,
true
Growlithe
Sunset
would
City member.
annihilate Sonic.
Well, like the Pokemon or like the dog?
Growlithe has, I mean, either really. But Growlithe, like Cirrus's dog, is primarily what I was thinking. Put a hedgehog in front of it. Dead
Yeah.
hedgehog.
We should do one of like ranking Sonic characters based on how likely it is we could kick their ass.
I feel like you've pitched that before.
Yeah. Pitching it again. Still do it. I pitched hottest Sonic characters like at the start of the show. We didn't get around to it until the late fucking almost 100 episodes in. It was 69.
Too late.
Exactly.
Fang is a Jerboa.
Well, that's now
Positive-
confirmed.
Why is that so deep down the list? Like, wasn't that just in the Japanese manual?
Well, this was an older list, I guess. Was it?
I mean, I guess it
like-
wasn't that common knowledge over here. Like, we just knew him as Knack the Weasel.
Yeah, I always thought he was a weasel. So
Just googled a
I remember
Jaboa
hearing
and it
that
didn't bring
movie.
anything. Oh my goodness! It's like a little mouse with long legs and no arms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a strange creature.
it looks like a fake animal, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like AI art. Like
It looks Australian to me. They get
Yeah.
weird over there.
it's just a very
They
unbalanced
make
looking
them different
creation.
in
You know?
Australia.
Have you ever seen a pygmy Jaboa? Again, that looks like a fucking Pokemon, not a fucking animal. You know, like look at this shit. Look at that. It's a ball with legs and a tail. You know, like
Yeah, that looks like an AI's idea of an animal.
it looks like the fucking gotta go fast meme. I think whoever drew that was just really good at drawing Jaboas.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
What it really looks is adorable.
Well, why don't you put it up your butt then?
That's not what you do with adorable things.
Damn,
Okay.
I gotta empty some things out then.
All right. Wayne, you want to take this next one?
Okay, we got the Vectorman contest.
There's my hamster.
Okay, I don't know about that. I know Vectorman.
I know there was like a sweepstakes or something with Vector Man when the first game came out. I don't know what it had to do with Sonic though.
Yeah, I have no idea about this one at all.
If they wanted a contest on here, they should have had the Sonic Watch and Win sweepstakes. The very competition that birthed us, Christian.
I'm gonna see if it has anything to do with Sonic because I think this is just a Sega thing, and if it's just a Sega thing, it's got no reason to be on this list.
Have you guys seen the little card that was inserted? It may have been copies of Echo the Dolphin, but it was in Sega Genesis boxes, I believe. That's just like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and they're just like, don't get into fights. Like, if things get bad, just split or something like that. And then on the back side, it's if you want to know more, contact so and so association against child abuse. And it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
Have you seen that?
No.
Have you guys not seen that? Oh, I've got one of those. I gotta fish that out. It's just a weird little thing.
I'm
Sorry,
looking
I
at
was
the
reading
article
at
about
the
the
time.
Vector Man
Yeah.
sweepstakes. I'm just not seeing anything. That's
Yeah,
Sonic
like
related.
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard the rumors about this stuff. I've not seen anything. Even
When I
close
saw this on
Sonic.
the thing, I was expecting like a human version of Vector the Crocodile hosting a competition.
But-
Not quite, I guess.
No.
Who can reach the computer room
You-
fastest?
Who can fuck his wife the fastest?
Oh no.
Okay. Well.
How strong is your faith in Gator Jesus?
All right. Well, I know this next one actually is not too. I mean, it came out with the Sonic Mania. Whenever, yeah, whoever wants to go next.
I don't know.
Nah, you get it.
Did I do the Vector Man contest or is that Pub?
It
That
doesn't
was
matter.
me.
Just fucking
It-
you know
okay.
about it. Like it
Fuck
just
the order. That's what.
Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, Donkey Mode. They slipped in a quick little sound clip of Donkey, somewhere in Sonic Mania that has since been patched. But
Oh, interesting.
yeah, at launch you could hear you could hear Donkey. It's something having to do
Ow.
with a spin dash. I don't remember how, but yeah, you could hear him just gonna make it just a silly noise with the initial release of the game. That's all that is.
Interesting. Okay, what is Sonic 2 Special Edition? I don't
don't know that one either.
This feels like something all of us would have in the back of our mind, but we don't know
I
about
assume
it
it
at
has
all.
something to do with the Sonic Colors Game of the Year edition.
Oh, okay, so it's on TV Tropes, web video, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Special Edition. I can read through it, okay? So it appears to be just a very balked Some people remember not
I'll just read it real quick for crying out loud.
I gathered every word of that.
It was
Sonic 2 Special Edition was originally conceived as an updated re-release of the extremely successful Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but this was complicated when Sonic Team decided to take advantage of the capabilities of 32X by adding a ton of new content to a degree that many later levels bore only passing resemblance to the original game. This is all fake. This is all fake.
It says
By
at the bottom,
96
do you believe in it?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I thought there was like a report somewhere about like the original idea. I guess for the CD actually was to create like like a more expansive port of Sonic 2, but then they ended up making Sonic CD instead. I could be wrong on that. I just read that somewhere, so it could be bullshit. But
Speaking of
It's an
speaking
elaborate
of
hoax.
fake things. Speaking of fake things, that's what the next one is too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sonic 6 Sad Face, and it's just a fan hack of the Speedy Gonzales Game Boy game. They just replace all of the sprites with Sonic sprites. That's it.
But what's the sad face then? No, you're thinking of Sonic 4, aren't you?
No. So the sad face is just because they have a very awkward looking sprite of Sonic that has a sad face there. So the fan name became Sonic Sad Face.
But I'm with Pup though. Like the Speedy Gonzales game was called Sonic 4, if I remember correctly.
There is another one, Sonic 6. Let's see.
But it is also, he's right though. Cirrus is right. It's a different hack.
Yeah, it's a different, yeah. Oh, I see the game
So
over
they
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they've shoddily added eyelids to make him look sad, which is actually what Sega do these days to make him look sad.
God, that looks so bad.
What's up with his quills, actually, now that I think about it? Like,
That's
It
it's
looks
the
like-
3D, it's the 3D blast model.
yeah, but his quills look really
It looks
weird.
it looks that backmost quill. It looks almost like they cut off a couple of the pixels prematurely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you get a good ending, you get this. He looks like
Sonic
he's about to
6.
boogie down with some skeletons at a nightclub.
Good for him. Good for him.
Ooh, this next one feels fan theory.
Okay, what do we got?
Prison Island death tolls. If I were to take a guess, it's because we don't know how many people were on Prison Island when Eggman blew it the fuck up in Sonic.
That's
Adventure
a
2.
fair assessment. Ooh.
I mean, yeah,
that would be my guess.
There was a
Wait,
lot of
hold
death
up.
there.
But it's weird though because we go back to Prison Island in Shadow the Hedgehog. So how blown up is the island?
oh wait, we do go back there and Shadow the Hedgehog, don't we?
It's got like a bunch of acid flowing through it where you have to find the CDs with Charmy. So maybe Eggman screwed it up a lot with those bombs. I don't know.
I love how much of Shadow the Hedgehog is just we need as many levels as possible. Let's go back to some areas from previous games. No, don't worry about what happened to it after like previous events. Just we'll go back there.
Well, there's like 3 different levels in Shadow the Hedgehog that are different variants of the Space Colony arc. And some of them are just it blowing up, and then you use it again at the end of the game to blow up the Black Comet. Because, what's continuity?
That game might also be part of the reason why I just don't like the arc.
I remember I wanted more story after SA2, and I was hoping Shadow the Hedgehog would help with that, and kind of made everything worse.
I enjoyed rewriting that story.
Your rewrite was very good. I enjoyed
Very
editing
good
it.
stuff.
When's the next one?
Next one's going to be Sonic Battle, and I don't know when I'm sitting down to record the footage for that, because that is going to be a long game.
Money.
Oh my god. All right. So
Got
that's
to
Prison Island
have
Death Tolls.
I don't know. I don't know
this
this
one.
one.
I know
Yeah.
this one, but I don't know why it says do not research.
I just said do not research. Let's hold
Yeah,
on.
I just
I'll walk you
researched
away.
it. It's the prototype that went on Steam
Okay.
with the drop dash
Why-
and everything. Like,
Why the ominous like
Why the do not research?
I don't know.
Because
Are
every one
we-
of these
are we
icebergs
gonna-
has to have a do not research. And they just had the
I'm
lamest one.
sorry to inform you, Pup, but you're on a list now.
I was about
Oh,
to say, are we
fuck.
gonna end up? Are you gonna end up at a Sega Black site now?
Michael Jackson
What?
lives and he's on the way to my house.
You know,
All
there's
right.
there's something missing from this iceberg that I'm a little upset about.
There's so much that I could think of adding to this. And
Well,
I think
yeah.
maybe that should be a discussion at the end, is things that
I
should be
believe
on
so
the
too.
iceberg.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to mine until we're done.
Okay. Is
Bill
the
Clinton
next one
connection.
literally just the
Just the inspiration for Sonic. Some sort of
yeah
Bill Clinton
Bill
connection.
Clinton-
That sounds worse than it is. Like,
yeah? It's just Bill Clinton, Bart Simpson together with Michael Jackson's shoes. Yet Sonic
and Santa Claus. And Superman.
Like that's a nothing thing.
Yeah.
Unless maybe there was something deeper.
No,
In today's
considering the
episode
rest
of Wavy
this
Web
list, I don't
Surf, we're
think
going
so.
a little deeper.
I think that's the most of it. Sonic Rush OST samples Malcolm X. I think that's fairly common
That's a
knowledge.
pretty
here,
obvious.
right?
Obvious one,
The
right?
too black, too strong.
Yeah. I thought it was
Yeah.
just a guy complaining about his coffee.
What was that?
Complaining about
Sonic-
Wayne's
Sonic
coffee.
Oh. Oh. Hey, you said that was Sonic Rush? Did that?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
Sonic
for the
Rush.
final
Oh, that's-
boss. Wrapped in black
that-
is what you're thinking.
that's
What a silly name, though. He really should have called himself Malcolm Twitter.
Oh, I swear to fucking Christ.
Oh my god!
Genuinely, though, it's like the coolest name ever, Malcolm X. And the dude just looked cool as well.
Put my head on a fucking.
I don't.
already.
What is this one?
Zodic.
Zodic
Ah,
Hellhog.
yes! Zodic the Hellhog is in a video game. I think it's like kind of a... It's not Conker's Bad Fur Day, but... No, it's called I'll Bleed, is what I'm thinking of.
Illbleed. Oh,
Illbleed?
Illbleed from the Dream.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
thought that was such a weird... I'll Bleed. That's not much of a threat.
Oh,
is
yeah,
it?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
But
No,
I've
No,
not gotten
no.
there. I've not gotten there myself in the game. I did pick it up many years ago after watching
Oh shit,
what
you
was
have
then
that?
Happy Video Game. Yeah. It's a weird game. What's even better about, that it's a purple demon parody Sonic, but what's great about that, it's a Sega game. It's a Sega Dreamcast game. So they put their own parody Hell Demon Hedgehog in a Sega game, which makes me so damn happy.
it's back before the mandates that Sonic had to be the second coming of Christ.
There you go.
This is back when Sonic could be the Antichrist.
It's
Is
just,
he not?
Sega got so weird in that last stretch of time with their
And that's
Their
why
last
it was
machine.
the fucking best, man.
It was good stuff. It was good
Man,
stuff.
that model is really detailed.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus
Illbleed's
Christ.
a wild game, dude. It's a wild game. That does bring up some good fun stuff though. There are something. Yeah, never mind. I got another thing here too. Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess we'll see what we can add to this iceberg afterwards. All right, I found mine.
I want
Thanks to
Zodic to
Zod.
make love to the great and mighty Pooh.
Fantastic. Lost Adventure DLC. Is it just the stuff that would pop up during different days?
Ah,
If it's just the Christmas stuff, then
The Christmas launch dates, stuff like that.
yeah, like
is-
New Year's DLC, that
It
kind
is
of
cool
stuff.
thinking about like how much online connectivity the Dreamcast actually had for its fucking era.
yeah.
I don't know. That's just cool. But yeah, I think that's all that is just like the updates and stuff for like seasonal things.
It's
Yeah.
weird that we don't have those in the current version of that game.
I agree.
You
We
can
have a somewhat kind of sort of.
yeah, you can mod them back in.
Oh, but modding
through-
doesn't count, I've heard many times. Now, where's that mentality, huh?
What are you talking
it's
about?
almost like I didn't finish. I it was
Tell us
going
something we
today.
don't know, eh? Fucking, I've been waiting
swear
here
to
for hours.
Fucking God. Yeah, you can mod it back in the Steam version, but it would be nice if that stuff was actually there to some official capacity, especially if they're going to be remaking Sonic Adventure.
My legs hurt.
It's okay. All right. Yeah, move on.
Frontiers at least has with a lot of the adventure callbacks we see from that game. I mean, one of them has been with these updates. We do get a celebration of Sonic's birthday. We do get a little bit of a Christmas hat, another spot. I do like those fun little ideas. I'd like to see them come back. I mean, that stuff initially started with Sonic Team, I'd say, with Knights more than anything else.
I want to see, like,
Yeah.
festive decorations for the islands beyond just Sonic's birthday.
I would too.
A little late for
see-
that, I'd imagine, now, given that we're heading for the final
I would
update.
like them. Yeah, I would like them to just make a new game at this
I've
point.
seen Knights show up in a Sonic game again.
They're-
Yeah,
they're-
like how
they're
they
making a
constantly
new
try to
game.
sell
It's called
idea.
Superstars, mate. It's on the way.
I'm excited for that too.
It's in the oven, mate.
Anyway,
Let him cook.
how is this so far down here? Supersonic is his own entity.
What's this? What is this? Just a fan theory?
No, that's
Wait,
Fleetway.
no, the Fleetway.
Yeah. It's like evil
He's
supersonic.
it's a transformation at first, but eventually it splits off there. And if you want to get into the fucking weeds with it, Archie did one specific issue in the early 2000s, conveniently when Ken found out that Fleetway was a thing, where they used like some Chaos Rubies or some shit like that instead of emeralds. And Supersonic split off from Sonic, and he was a dick for an issue.
Man, wouldn't it be wild if Ken Penders was just kind of borrowing some ideas from another Sonic comic writer?
It would be strange, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Strange.
ironic even.
Yeah. I don't know this next one.
I'm trying to look into it myself.
So for chat, this is just in quotations, who's there?
I haven't found anything really noteworthy on this.
Hold on. Let me see here. Let's see here. Is it? No, it can't be that.
Oh, thank you, Certified. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
important to remember. That's what I have to keep remembering, especially that era.
Yeah,
Because I was so used to like Ken just taking over everything there during that time, but that's not exactly true. Like he was just as much a contributor as everyone else, and Carl Ballers did that particular one. So as much as I want to shit on Ken, he did not write that particular.
fair
okay.
enough. Okay.
What's this? Who's there thing then?
Certified.
Like,
I don't know that one. I think we're gonna have to skip that one.
yeah, I'm googling it.
Yeah.
If anyone finds out, put it in the chat.
Yeah, if anybody finds out who's there, open the fucking door.
yeah, I saw something about Sonic Boom, but it was called like Knock Knock Who's There,
who's here.
which is not.
Oh, it could be
for
what I
anything.
ask when Michael Jackson finds me because I had the audacity to research the 11th of the 3rd 93 prototype. Do not research.
You don't even hear a knock. You just hear.
Shimona.
Damn it!
When he stubs his toe.
He's just moonwalking through the through your houses, just setting everything on fire.
All
outta
right, so
here.
this one feels like Cope. This last one, or this next one, Sonic 06 was made bad on purpose.
I
It
don't know.
just feels like
It
Same
feels a
energy
little-
as
yeah.
publicity stunt, ugly Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this has to be what Sega wanted.
They
the
know what
entire
they're
time.
doing. They
know what they're doing.
They are professionals. They know what they're doing.
This was all part of a big master plan.
What is the drowning tails? What is that about?
I don't know
the
that
fact
one.
That he drowns and then just comes back.
Let's take a look. I put down in
It's in a
tails. That's
book.
not good.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll quickly answer the middle one here, since we should know what this is too. The exploding baby is just this hilarious little bit of animation from Sonic Underground.
Yeah, it is.
Just the Sonic robot baby that falls and blows. It's hysterical.
There's a lot of
It's so
bizarre fetish art of Tails drowning, is what I'm seeing here.
Oh.
Yeah, I like Minecraft and Roblox animations of
There's
it.
one here on like Fur Affinity, and he's just like he's strapped to this fucking weight underwater, and he's drowning.
God, what the? Are you guys okay?
What's
Like,
wrong? No, what is wrong with these people for real?
I'm concerned.
Are we sincerely asking? Is the Sonic community okay?
No, but this is kind of
Nah,
ridiculous.
because
like,
if we're at the point of asking that,
we're
I
drowning a
think we've-
fox against his will. This is just really weird to me. I
I
like drowning foxes when they want to be drowned, you know, like not against their will.
It's Sonic's real name is Sonic. Is that just what is
That ought to
that?
just be up top, you know. How is that not? How is that not higher than his name being Maurice?
Actually,
couldn't-
his last name is Mario?
wouldn't it be better if Sonic's real name is Sonic was right next to Sonic's real name is Maurice?
I mean, it's surely less obscure though
Is
that
that
Sonic's
just
name is Sonic.
clarification against like the Archie canon that
It-
spent too much on a simple dumb joke?
I don't know if maybe it's referencing like Sonic Boom, where his name is like written as Sonic T Hedgehog. And the T stands for the.
I guess. I don't know.
They
That
were
seems
based
so
doing that,
weird.
though.
This one I'm gonna assume. This one's just boring at this point. Sonic Adventure 3 already came out, like 2006. World Adventure. I assume it's one of those.
Unless we
Just
just
one of those
didn't notice, you know, none of us noticed that it was just.
We all
was
just
there.
skipped it. Like
It's like it's on the Dreamcast. We just didn't notice.
So we
Oh,
all,
look.
listen, we had a lot going on.
There was a lot going on
Sonic-
that year. We were worried about Y2K and yeah, like. Wait, no,
I still
Sonic
say
Adventure 2
that-
came out in 2001.
Some of
didn't it?
these are just like, what
Yeah.
are these ones? Like, this is supposed to be near the bottom of this iceberg. Olive Garden? Are you kidding
Well,
me?
hold on.
Like,
the
from
secret
the
dominatrix
movie?
outfit. We should probably talk
Unless
about.
Rouge.
unless there's something
Yeah, I
we
know,
don't
but
already know
we at least say it
about
for the
Olive
audience.
Garden and Sonic.
Yeah, the Olive Garden one doesn't belong this low.
Yeah.
No, nor does the dominatrix outfit. It's just
Yeah,
an
that's
unlockable
common
costume.
knowledge. Like,
It's also kind of bad, though. Not gonna lie.
okay.
Well, yeah, Rouge is designed bad. She was programmed that way.
Shoot,
I'm just drawn that way.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh
we all thought
god,
at the
police
same
siren
time.
outside my window. I really shouldn't have fucking googled that.
You got a license for that?
Well done.
All right.
Movie stolen from Ken Penders. I actually just got done with the conversation with the history
Just
of the
reading all of
setting.
these now.
I mean, these are just so stupid, man. Like, some of these are just so quick and easy, and I don't want to spend a million years on these ones.
Oh, I hear you, Supreme Leader Nick. I hear you.
Do you? Oh, don't even give me that, you
Oh, it says
passive-aggressive
that. It says
I hear
Ken
you,
tried
boss.
to just like make the decision for all of us that we're just cutting a part of our intro.
Yeah, you go ahead. Go on, pup.
Supreme
read it.
Leader Pup.
Well, then make an intro then.
Don't make a thing and then try and guilt the rest of us about it.
I'm not guilting anyone. I'm just saying if you don't like the intro, make an
Okay.
intro.
Okay.
And there are starving kids in Africa, blah, blah, blah.
Why is nobody else talking? Why you guys
I'm just trying to figure out what that is.
I was
is all.
trying to figure out what noise you were making.
It's the Rains in Africa song as performed by Weezer, Weird Al Yankovic,
Oh my
as
God, I
found in the soundtrack for Sonic Frontiers.
I can't wait for the Weezer track in Sonic Frontiers to finally be released.
Hell yeah, brother.
What was the I saw Connor like make a tweet the other day that was just stop trying to normalize Weezer.
I can't lie though. I don't hate Weezer. I'm part of the problem.
I
They're a
can't.
very tame
can't
band.
think
How
of
can you
any of
hate
their-
them?
I don't know them well enough to pull any of their music into my head like just on a whim. I don't know their stuff.
I just know they did a cover of "Take on Me" for the third SpongeBob film, and it's actually a really good cover.
Buddy Holly? Nobody?
Well,
Oh.
Alright.
Buddy Holly, that was them.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard one of their songs then. I
Yeah.
like that one.
it's
That
one
was
of
a
those
fun
ones where I
song.
can name it, but I can't tell you what it sounds like.
They
Well,
yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean
gonna
like
sing for you.
You don't do shit.
Oh.
Nick, sing it for us.
does anybody know the story about Ken Penders stealing a movie?
Are you
A movie.
A movie.
Wait?
Stole a movie.
Ken Penders
Okay,
He
stealing
went.
a
we
movie?
He went to
talking-
Blockbuster Video and he took a movie.
Are we talking that he like took the idea for a film that was
No,
in
it
production
actually it
and
says
worked
it.
on it himself?
All
Or
it
did
says.
he, like,
So,
make off
so
with
Ben
one movie
Hurst
gallery?
was going to pitch a
Right.
movie to Sega, and he told Ken first. Then Ken undermined him, and then went to it, and then talked a lot of shit. Apparently,
He went above
and
his
just
head and
threw
was
that.
basically just shitting on
Yeah.
Ben Hurst. All the more reason for you to
Yeah.
just not like Ken Penders as a person.
No.
so a lot of. I mean, the more I research this, especially for the SatAM video, just a lot of people being idiots.
He was also
Like, there's just a lot of shitty people at Sega being shitty to each other.
he was very much trying to do it for his own benefit as well, because like Ben Hurst wanted to do like SatAM season 3, and then like Ken Penders was all like on the phone to Daddy saying like, "Oh, Ben Hurst is trying to cop the franchise, so what you should do instead is I'll make a movie called Sonic Armageddon, and it will be full of all that alienating stuff you've been trying to distance yourself from for the past few years." But they actually heard him out. And the pitch for that movie exists, and it's laughable. He films his own damn kids through a window.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, we've all seen that. Why is that not on here?
Good question.
Anyway, let's keep going. Cricket, what are you doing, you little lunatic? Calm down. Anyway, just wagging at me now. Why is fun is infinite at the bottom?
Oh my.
I think everybody who's gotten into anything Sonic knows about that screen.
It's a tame iceberg. I mean, I wouldn't say it's
It's not about if it's tame or not. It's like how obscure is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's completely out there, but it is also not that obscure either.
Well, no, it's.
I would
You
argue it's not obscure at all.
ask a casual Sonic fan about it. You know,
I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't think there are casual Sonic fans. I think there are normal people, and then there are Sonic fans.
okay. Next one
I'm
we
just
got
saying,
is...
I would have taken some of these top ones here, and I would have put them way at the bottom in comparison.
Yeah,
Like the Marble Zone UFOs should not be in tier 3, and Fun is Infinite at the bottom tier.
Dr. Robotnik is actually Satan.
That one I don't know.
this one I don't know.
I think it might be in reference to the satanic laughter in the Sonic CD Japanese Game Over track, but I'm not sure.
I mean,
Don't you mean the American track?
That's the American
track.
track.
One. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know then. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got.
But
I
I
got
mean,
nothing.
if it is that, then
There's a TV Tropes article on why Sad AM's Robotnik is actually Satan.
Well then,
It's
that's
very
probably
long,
just-
very
prob-
long.
that's
yeah, I don't
probably
need more
what
fan
it
theory
is.
shit. Yeah, I don't need any more creepypasta nonsense. What's this Obama moon connection? Anyone know that one is?
Sorry, just one more thing. In Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Satan's theme from Puyo Puyo is used.
Oh,
I mean, are we talking about
cute.
the Snap Cube dub?
Satan's a character in Puyo Puyo.
Yeah. So, okay, no, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, that one makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of for the Obama moon connections is the Snap Cube dub. I pissed on the moon, you idiot
How do
Obama.
you like that, Obama? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Have
only.
you-
That's the only thing I can
Have
think
you
of.
ever seen the crossover event from Sonic Runners and Puyo Puyo, and this interaction between Dr. Eggman and Satan?
No.
I have not.
Kind of,
I'm very grateful for your help, Satan.
kind of dispels the myths of Mephiles, then, huh?
Just fucking Wreck-It Ralph. Thanks, Satan.
Another thing they're ripping off from Dragon Ball Z.
How many
For
times has
shame.
Eggman met Satan at this point?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? I found a fan art of a zombie Robotnik, and it's just what is this?
That recolor is awful.
Remember, I had an idea for an animation once that was just about like a washed-up Sonic past his prime after he's defeated Eggman for the last time, and he can't accept that the adventures are over, and so he goes and tries to reanimate Eggman's corpse so he has something to fight.
I mean, that just feels like that's ripped right out of Archie, where that technically.
What I love about this
Does that
is
fucking
that
happen?
It
Not
also reminds me of
only did they-
every other fan animation
It
with
was-
a washed-up
I-
Sonic.
Well, I was trying to make something as absurd as possible. Is that something that's fucking happened?
So, Eggman is killed early in Archie,
Yeah.
and so they do get Eggman back. The Eggman that killed
Robotnik.
Sonic. I mean, they are separate characters in
Yeah, they
that
are separate
canon.
characters.
They are separate characters in that canon, so you're right. But they basically reanimate. Robotnik is reanimated technically by bringing Robotnik from a different dimension where he did kill Sonic into the Archie dimension, and that Robotnik is officially the main Robotnik for the rest of the timeline.
That said, it's
think
not Sonic that does it, though. It's not because he's, like, washed up or anything.
No,
Doesn't seem to do it.
it's Robotnik doing and Robotnik does the very like, aha, you need me, I need you thing.
I think I kind of hate Archie.
To be honest, Robo Robotnik Hero is actually fascinating, in my opinion.
It is.
It's
I wanna
wild.
see it for
It's
myself,
absolutely
and-
wild.
I definitely think elements of that should be lifted should they need to recast Jim Carrey.
All I'm saying is for all the complaining a lot of us have done about like how seriously some of the Sonic material takes itself from time to time, especially in games like Sonic 06. Nothing seems as bad to me as when fucking Archie does it.
I have
At its
not
absolute
complained
worst.
about Serious Sonic. I'm game for Serious Sonic.
I'm fine with Serious Sonic. This is just fucking stupid melodrama Sonic.
It's
I agree.
It's with the level of like preteen I don't understand drama kind of writing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Tails
It's
and
really,
Sonic
really
Fallout issue is just the epitome of that to me.
It explains a
No,
whole lot about the community, doesn't it?
no. I'm sorry, pup. I flat refuse. Like that's not the best of Ian Flynn's work, but like there is still like 160 issues leading up to why those characters are the way they are. I'm
No, I
so
know.
tired of that
I'm
one
talking
being out of
about the
context.
background of it. Like, Sonic hooks up with Tails' crush, and Tails is pissed, and Sonic tries to lock up Tails' dad for treason, and Tails is pissed, and they fight, and they hug, and they cry. It doesn't matter who wrote it. I think it's fucking terrible.
There's something about Sonic
That was
characters being
alright.
caught
I
in
thought it was
dating
okay.
drama that just
Yeah. No, like it's not the worst thing in the world. Like I thought like the scenario was ridiculous, but like I think Flynn himself has said like he kind of wish he had a bit more time to stretch that particular thing out because like they had to rush that through like 2 issues. And I mean that's just like that's the reality of a lot of comic books. Like I think like the
what's
worst
like an
Flynn's work is
example
like
of what you would consider to be much worse? Like,
oh dude, let's see. Sonic's clone, Evil Sonic, sexually assaulting pretty much all of the women.
yeah, that's really
in,
bad. Yeah, yeah, that's actually very bad.
that's pretty bad.
That's real
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not a fan of that.
In fairness, it's not the main Sonic doing it, but like that is pretty damn bad.
Are we? Or
Or
the
Dulcie
Scourge,
being an abuse victim to a Chinese dragon.
Okay, yeah, that's really bad. Yeah,
Scourge,
that's,
yeah.
Scourge,
I-
kind of non-conning Bunny Rabbit.
I'm usually,
Echidna Holocaust poetry. Actually, come to think of it.
Yep.
Yep. There's a lot worse than Sonic and Tails being teenagers.
Well, I mean, I still
having
put it
drama.
down to it being Sonic being the one doing it, though. Like, the hero is kind of being the bad guy here.
Archie Sonic is not like the other Sonics. It's
That's
okay.
why I don't like fucking Archie Sonic.
That's why I say bad fucking character.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'll
I
keep
don't
listening
think he
to all
needs
these
to
things.
be-
People have read this stuff. Oh wait, no. Okay.
I don't think he
Alright.
needs to be Teacher's pet Sonic, but like, I don't want him to be you're actually a piece of shit Sonic either.
He
Okay
learns
with
from it. He's got to be a piece of shit sometimes. It's
I'm
okay.
I'm okay with a Sonic that is not just a little flawed, but like really, really flawed. I don't think I've ever like really disliked Archie when I've sat down and read it outside.
Yeah,
of, like,
not that
Monarch
bad.
bootlicker Sonic who puts your dad in jail and fucks your crush. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
yeah, but within
That's not
the
Sonic.
context
What the context of
within the context
story
of
in the
Archie,
world.
though, it makes
There is
sense.
no context that can make that okay to me. If the context
Then-
makes it
all
okay,
right,
if the
okay,
context
all right.
makes it okay, then the context isn't okay.
We're done. I'm just talking with a child here. I'm tired of it. Let's
Oh,
keep going.
defensive much. Holier than thou, putting down and talking to a child. Nick,
What is
with
the
all due
hidden fate?
respect, get off your high horse. Right, now, for the rest. For the rest.
I don't even know where we are.
Um,
Man, I wanted that silence to last a lot longer. That would have been funnier.
if it's the remainder of the episode. So do we have Obama moon connections?
No, the most I could think of is the Snap Cube.
I was thinking Snapcube too. The hidden face?
Nothing actually.
Can we find it?
Hold on here. Let's take a look. The only hidden face I can see is the Fun is Infinite one.
That's what I'm finding too. Margin Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything.
I'm not sure if
Nope.
There was another hidden face.
Let's see. Yeah, nothing. I'm not finding anything besides Majin Sonic, unless it's like one of those things that is actually so obscure that Majin Sonic comes up and the thing we're looking for is buried somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let's move on, I think.
I think I don't know what the buzzing is.
The only thing I can think of is how sometimes if you don't have your Sega Mega Drive plugged in right, it might make an unsightly buzzing sound.
There's a thing I'm seeing on Reddit of like a buzzing sound that plays at the end of Sonic Mania's Studiopolis Zone is a reference to the 25th anniversary Sonic live stream where a painful buzzing could constantly be heard throughout the entire show.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
seeing.
on, let me.
Someone says, yeah, the buzzing sound that plays at the end of Studiopolis. It's a reference to the disastrous Sonic 25th anniversary live stream.
Oh God,
when the audio
this is
was.
terrible.
Oh right, yeah, no. So there is actually
I'm
a video
hearing
as
the
well.
buzzing.
The Sonic 25th anniversary stream's buzzing noise for 10 hours.
I do remember that shit being
Scuffed.
kind of a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very scuffed. Michael Jackson didn't work on Sonic 3.
That's been confirmed that he did, though.
Did he? No, I thought it was Brad Buxer that worked on it with... But it was kind of under the name of Michael Jackson because Brad Buxer was kind of Michael Jackson's house musician in a way, you know, like...
Let's see. No, and so remember that this was made 3 years ago, right? This Iceberg was, but it was on 2022 that we actually did get confirmation that Michael Jackson did collaborate on Sonic 3's soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So we know now, like as a guaranteed, not just a fan theory thing. We know now that Michael Jackson had something to do with it, but didn't appear in credits. But because this Iceberg was made 2 years before that confirmation, then this would have been back when that speculation was still rampant.
Mm.
At least that would be my imagining on it.
Maybe. I don't know. It could just be sort of like people trying to keep it as more of like a speculatory thing. Just because like we never did get like a firm confirmation.
I think it's
on
just
it.
Brad Buxer. I think that's all it is.
Yeah. Do we know if he had actually any weight behind his claims behind any of that shit?
I mean, as much as anybody can really give at this point, right? Like we still have Sonic programmers declaring that Michael Jackson didn't even get involved at all. But like, I think it's telltale enough that something happened with the tracks in Sonic Origins.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that is that.
Why is the Pup? You get this one.
Chris Chan is God. This relates to letters
Well, that's
from...
just fucking true.
This relates to letters from prison, where Chris Chan was outright claiming to be the second coming of Jesus Christ and the God of the universe. This was right when they were going down the whole CPU goddess rabbit hole. It was an idea that was implanted into their head by these trolls that went by the name of the Idea Guys. It's a long story.
But hold on a second. Hold on. So this Iceberg was made 3 years ago. Chris Chan wasn't arrested until last year.
It's something that only got exacerbated through jail. So maybe this is just referring to the CPU goddess idea.
Maybe it would have to be that because it can't be the stuff from jail,
No.
but it can be the CPU goddess stuff.
It was just that in jail it was explicit at this point that Chris Chan was saying, "I am God," basically. Whereas before it was like, I am a CPU goddess, I am omnipotent, there are other CPU goddesses, and we made this world. It was the whole hyperdimension Neptunia thing.
Yeah,
Sadly,
that
the majority
hurts.
of my gaming knowledge outside of Sonic comes from that stupid fucking Chris Chan story.
God.
Without that, I would not know what hyperdimension Neptunia is.
My roommate introduced me to it, and I gotta admit, it's actually a really charming series.
Are you a goddess now?
No, it's just a series that knows it's bullshit and doesn't take itself seriously, and I'm okay with that.
Who wants to get the next one?
Let's see. We got the Imaginary Running Man / Sonic is Real.
I don't know this one.
I didn't know if it was maybe referring to Sonic Man from '06, but there's no reason why that would ever be at the bottom of this
No.
iceberg.
Well, then again, there's
also-
a couple of things you wouldn't think would be at the bottom of this iceberg, but hey, here we are.
Also, he's not imaginary though. He's a real man in the universe of Sonic.
Imaginary running man. This sounds familiar. I don't know if it's just like Chowmix making jokes about Sonic being real or not, though.
I swear to God, if it's another stupid fucking creepypasta.
Does this
What else?
list predate Chowmix? Because I thought Chowmix was quite a recent YouTuber.
3 years ago. I want to say it's probably before. I doubt it's because that's just him and Sam Procrastinates being jokes. Oh, okay. So imaginary running man is like if you're like in a car and you look out and you see like everything's zooming by, you kind of pretend somebody's running alongside you.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Ah,
Well, maybe they're
okay.
doing that with Sonic.
I always did that with my fingers when I was young.
Oh my god.
Had them like running.
Yeah. So there's that. I don't know what this last one is though. I made a joke in my Spider-Man 3 video because not Bruce Willis. Oh my god. Bruce Campbell said that, like, is that what you're here for? Man 3. So
Perhaps
it's
it's
a
a-
Spider-Man 3 video game joke. I don't know what else it would be for Sonic.
Elaborate reference to the crossover between Sonic and Spider-Man fans. Oh, it's on the Sonic Conspiracies wiki, and there's a mod of the Man 3 in Okay, so there was a movie poster in Sonic Adventure DX. I think it's in Station Square. Maybe it was the Speed Highway level. But there was a movie poster for a film called The Man 3. It's in the Egg Walker boss fight when you fight him as Tails. That's where it is. And they removed the poster in Sonic Adventure DX. It's just a Dreamcast fixture.
Well, there you go. Well,
That's the
that's
bottom.
it then. That's it. That is the entire iceberg. I mean, we had some fun stuff there. I'd say more last week. I mean, we did more of it last week.
Oh, it's not all the interesting stuff was further up. Like it's
Yeah.
weird how basic a lot of the info at the bottom of that iceberg was.
I mean, there's some stuff like that I had known about, but like completely spaced on, like Zodic. I forgot. Well, I didn't not like forgot it, but like I didn't know that was the name of the character from Illbleed.
Yeah.
Like things you knew about but couldn't put a name on offhand.
Didn't they have like a little fake Sonic in the Simpsons game?
They did, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's kind of what I was gonna get at with what I would add here is like other obscure references to Sonic
Sonic
in other
06
video games.
was referenced in, I think, American Dad.
Or like the and Knuckles, like the and Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles. Like that thing in Deuce X.
Wait, it's in
Mhm.
Family Guy. Hang on. There's a Sonic 06 box art on the back of a video game store in Family Guy. It's more of a person than it is a hedgehog, but there he is.
Yeah, no, I've seen that too. What were you guys gonna add?
Thought that sounded like you had something.
Well, the Sonic Watch and Win sweepstakes would definitely have been on there because that was the first instance of Chris Chan being brought into the public eye. That was the thing that made them a massive Sonic fan, basically. Now I'm kind of drawn up a bit of a blank, I'm not going to lie. I'm sure, I guess you could think of things like, I think there was a release of Sonic Adventure, which had a little area in the Mystic Ruins where they had like little signs up for like Sonic X and other Sonic projects that were kind of coming out at the time.
It was I don't think it was in the Mystic Ruins. I'm pretty sure that was in, if you go into Station Square in the pool, there was a sign in the pool for Sonic X.
But there was also one that had like a sign for Sonic 06 as well, I think. And
Was
that was
there?
in like Mystic Ruin. I'm not sure, but I'll have to look that up.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember like being a kid and seeing the Sonic X poster in Station Square after you complete the game. And that just being like one of those really cool things for me because Sonic X hadn't come out yet. So that was like my first time hearing about it.
I say that'd be a few years before '06 would come out. Like that'd be weird if they were referencing it
It
all the way
must have
back in
been like
DX era.
the 360 re-release or something, maybe.
No, because the 360 re-release of oh, if it's in the so it's in. You're thinking it was in the 360 re-release of it that had a Sonic 06 poster.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on it. I know I've seen one somewhere, but again, I'm not sure of the validity of that. That's just something I have locked up in the old memory hole.
It's there in the cranium.
Yeah, it's just floating about, you know, like maybe.
Kind of reminds me of like in Ocarina of Time 3D. If you go to the Gerudo Fortress, there's like a little poster for Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, I love Ocarina of Time 3D.
he's good.
There.
What are some other icebergy things that you could think of for Sonic?
The Tamagotchi.
Was it Tamagotchi for Sonic?
The Chow?
Sort of. So in there was a it was Japan only, but there was a Tamagotchi game for the Saturn called Tamagotchi Park, and you could unlock a Sonic Tamagotchi in it.
I'm
And it's the
seeing it.
only place he's appeared in, and it's fucking adorable.
I think other things I guess you could put on there is like Sonic's first appearance being in Radmobile. I'm surprised that wasn't on there.
Yeah.
Let me think. There's just lots of little things like just obscure Sonic appearances in other media that I'm surprised aren't on there at all. But yeah, my mind's kind of drawn up a blank right now, it seems.
There was another game that came out before the original Sonic that was a Sega game that had a sprite that looked a lot like Sonic. I can't recall that, but like that would have been great for a list like this too. So I don't know. We had the glitch thing, so we had Wechnia, we had Ashura. I mean, Max and Monkey's pretty obscure, I guess.
I mean, but so like the more obscure things were in the second and third tiers of this list.
What about that Sonic skateboarding game that was supposed to come out?
Yeah, the other Sonic Extreme. Both games called Sonic Extreme have been canceled. That's fucking interesting.
So if they had, I mean, at that point you could just put like the Sonic Extreme curse as a thing on here.
Yeah.
They were too extreme.
Maybe we should do that for like an episode, do our own iceberg. We come at it with our ideas and we just decide where to place them.
That's so much work. I don't know why I'm up for that.
Maybe if we like kept it like we each get like 10 ideas or something. Or we each get one to contribute to each stage of the iceberg, perhaps.
The Sunset City Iceberg.
That's for
We gotta
someone
build
else to
enough
make.
lore at some point, yeah.
Maybe we should host a contest.
I mean, if somebody actually makes a Sunset City Iceberg, I say we do an episode talking about it.
Like,
Whoever-
other people are throwing some really cool stuff up here, dude. Like Stardust Chaos, pointing out like the Robotnik Winter Zone. That's the name of the zone in both US and Japanese releases of that game. That shit's interesting to me.
I believe in Japan, Robotnik means slave.
The term robot means slave
Okay.
originally. So that's kind of where all that kind of originated from. Let's see. Was Sonic 1 music in an arcade machine in Japan on there? It wasn't, but thank you, Saffy Taffy. That's another interesting thing. Or like the ring noise.
I was
in
about to say,
gas stations,
gas
right?
station rings.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time you go into a BP.
Yeah.
In America, that is. Doesn't do that over here.
Like somebody actually went and did the research, which I was really proud of them for. Because I've not actually ever known myself.
Why is Sonic and the Wonders of the World not on here?
What's that?
That was the originally proposed Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which would feature
right.
this kid whose favorite video game was Sonic Extreme, and his dad is like the inventor of a machine called the XRI, which was able to extract Sonic from his game, but with it came Dr. Robotnik as well, and Robotnik makes Eggman land, and he's got all these children being roboticized into bully bots, and Sonic and this little boy have to work together to take down the theme park. And And yeah, it was going to be like a tie-in with Sonic Extreme. The reason it never went ahead was that Sega were asserting that they wanted Sonic's origin to be that he was the reincarnation of a dead fighter pilot, and the movie studio just weren't having it. And that's how the whole thing fell through.
I'm so frustrated by this list. I'm actually looking at it now, and like, so for example, here we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiers. And on tier 6, second from the bottom, Supersonic is his own entity. That is near the bottom, and at the near top is Dr. Kentober, the Reverse Robotnik. If you're pulling from the same fucking source, that being the European comic, what? Why would they be so far apart? That doesn't make any sense. And why would people not know Evil Supersonic? I mean, why would... That doesn't make any sense. Like, that's the only thing anyone knows about the Fleetway comics. I don't know. I'm critiquing somebody just taking all this time to put little factoids together. So I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, they...
Harry Bomber. Try to say Harry Potter Obama 10 backpack, and I said Harry Bomber.
Harry Bomber guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, there we go. That's the list. Should we do super chats?
Let's do super chats.
All right.
All right, we start off with Xavier Farton with $2.79 Canadian. My birthday is on Friday. Happy birthday for then, Xavier, and thank you for the super chat.
Thank you very much. Mr. Salty, Omega Mr. Salty, with $2.99 Australian. Did nothing else to say. Thank you.
A yogurt mail.
Next we have is from C-Man. Thank you very much for the $7.99 Australian. I bring a message from one of the councils of Mike. You know, guys, we've really got to hand it to Pup. That's it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There is a follow-up.
Oh. And we got C-Man again with $2.99 because he probably can't reach it himself.
We go. Thank you and good night.
God damn.
Pup, you're up.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Wayne
I
just
am.
did it, yeah.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Oopsie doopsie. Magnus with €5. Good morning, fellas. Have any of you watched Amphibia or The Owl House? And what do you think of them? Love your stuff. Great background noise.
I've seen only a little bit of The Owl House, and I've liked what I've seen from the bits of it that I've seen.
I haven't seen either.
I've watched all of them entirely the whole way through. I like Owl House better than Amphibia, but Amphibia is still a really, really charming time. And another great spot for Sonic references. They've got like a Saturn, they've got Dreamcast, they got cute little Sega references in that show. And I think Craig of the Creek has the adventure pose at some point too. Thinking of a different show, but that's not Disney. Anyway, yeah, I've seen both. I love them.
I've seen neither at all. I don't really get a lot of time to watch new stuff anymore these days.
Because you hate animation.
Oh.
You think it should all be done by AI.
Our Paul Jamal with $5. Thank you, Jamal. Happy Bee Theory, guys. Milk Bro forever. Wallace. If anyone puts together Iceberg, it's going to be Jamal.
Jamal's got to be on there, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%. All right, sirs.
Chris.
So
Hey.
Wayne.
Oh, wow. No, my mic was... I didn't realize... I just read through Aki Dave's thing and my mic was muted. So,
Oh, my...
Aki Dave, thank you for the $4.99. Started from the beginning. You guys are keeping me awake at work, so thank you.
Thank you, Aki Dave, for the money. I can't believe you muted Mike. What's he ever done to you? Wayne?
All right, we got Mr. SP with 814. Sonic 2 SE is real. It's mostly FMV in the old Sega CD style. Alex Yard played it on Twitch a while ago, so if you want to know more, ask Alex Yard.
So we could also ask Google, and I did. So it's not real. It's a fan-made thing, so it's real in that sense.
Yeah.
It's a fan-made thing, but what we were talking about in the context of this, it was to be like a urban legend that wasn't real. It's a fake thing. But the fan base being what it is, somebody has put together their own version of Sonic 2 Special Edition, which of course
I don't want to see it.
is a respectable thing there. Yeah. Anyway, Pop, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, I've got Le Derrick with 10 French dollars. Been playing Genesis games again. Golden Axe 1 and 2 kinda suck. Got any thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I've never liked those games.
I enjoy the idea of the Golden Axe games, but I don't really like playing them.
They're sluggish as hell, man.
I've never actually played the Golden Axe games at all to form an opinion.
Yeah,
I had fun with it in the Sega 6-pack back on the Genesis. I got that with my Sega Nomad. So I tried really hard. I had some fun with it, but mostly it's because I wanted to see the giant turtle, because on one of the levels you're on a giant turtle. But couldn't get very far. It's very sluggish. It's not very fun. So there you go. Is it my turn now?
I think so.
All right. Oh, for God's sakes, Cricket. Now it's my dog's turn to bark. Sonic Fan 1661 with $2. Thank you. Normalized Weezer, but a gay Sonic version.
Are they not already a gay Sonic version of Weezer?
I guess. I gotta step away again. I gotta go get this dog back in.
That's fair. Sonic Fan 1661. Thank you for the $5. There's Art of Tales drowning, Cirrus. Of course, there's no casual Sonic fans. We're usually a mix of cringy, horny, and sad. I agree.
Yeah.
As a Sonic fan, I agree.
And then we got Rumble with $2. Fun is Infinite is the Doki Panic fact for Sonic, and yeah, that's exactly kind of how I see that. Is
Did
baby's
you know?
first trivia for this.
So next up, we have Mr. Terry Chaos with £2. If you don't like piece of shit Sonic, won't like Fleetway. Now, I don't know if we're referring to something that I don't know about, but maybe we're referring to Sonic just being a complete abusive asshole to Tails in that game. Let me tell you why I'm okay with that there. It's played for laughs.
Uh-huh.
If it's played for laughs, however, if you told me that's like main continuity, I wouldn't be okay with it. I'm okay with it as this obscure piece of offshoot Sonic media from some forgotten land and just kind of viewing it that way, you know? Like, I like it from the ironic factor of, God, what a dick. He's really roasting that kid.
It is easier for me to ignore the Fleetway stuff, if only because, like, nothing about it feels official to me.
You gotta be careful with it, though, because Fleetway diehards will get super defensive on that, too, since that's more early Fleetway than not.
That's okay. They can. I will fight them.
I don't like Fleetway because it's good. I like Fleetway because of quite the fucking opposite. When it comes to Archie, I just struggle to palate some of that stuff. There is stuff that I do like in there, but like...
Yeah, and I shouldn't get defensive by it anyway, because a lot of it's garbage.
Yeah, it's what it is.
No, I think...
Anyway.
I was just going to say that I think when it comes to a lot of that comic stuff, if you haven't sat down and read through a lot of those arcs, it can seem really cringy from the outside. Because, like, for instance, go to a random person who's not actually a Sonic fan and explain the Metal Virus saga to them really quickly, and it's just you're explaining a cringy zombie apocalypse to them.
Talk to any of the game reviewers or anybody covering Sonic Frontiers that was coming out. Like, how uppity did people get about, oh, yeah, that's what I want from my Eggman, dark, serious tone? I think that was like Max Schofield that said that.
It was Matt McMuscles.
Or was it
The
McMuscles?
thing is,
oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of in two minds, because I think there is such a thing as being inaccessible, but I think there is also such a thing as I don't think a person that just doesn't give a shit whatsoever, nor do they really understand why it appeals to the people it appeals to, I don't think that input is that valuable either. It's a weird balance. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, I think, you know... Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, you've got you have that classic divide between how do you make something super appealing for casual fans while at the same time not alienating, long-term fans? How do you strike a balance between those two? Some
Yeah.
franchises do it better than others.
Like, I think that there's a fine line between like what Sonic Frontiers sets out to achieve and stuff like Sonic being tortured aboard the Death Egg for 6 months.
Yeah, there's and then there being zero fallout for it at all.
Yeah, just there's a lot wrong with Sonic Forces, but to any casual, Sonic Forces just looks fucking ridiculous, Whereas Sonic Frontiers, if you're willing to put in the slightest amount of investment, it doesn't seem too ridiculous. Your problems might just be that it's a little underwritten in places, maybe.
And I mean, like I've talked with friends of mine who aren't Sonic fans, but they've tried Frontiers or they've watched me play Frontiers when I'm up at the card shop, and almost unilaterally the thought has been like, "Hey, that actually looks like a good Sonic game. That's weird."
Yeah, I don't like the mentality of how dare Sonic try to do something interesting, but like, I've also got my own limits as well. Like, again, I'm not saying people can't like that era of Archie that I mentioned. I'm just saying I don't like it.
Yeah.
Where we at?
I think we are at.
It's a
We're at
green
Sonic
one.
Fan 1661.
I think that's me. Or no, that's Nick. That's Nick thinking that one.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to chase down a stupid dog. Oh, she's now passed out.
Oh, it's a blue one. Never mind.
So let's see here. Sonic Fan 6061, $2. Thank you. What Sonic fan hasn't done imaginary running Sonic? I can't say I ever have.
You haven't at some point been in like the back of a vehicle, even like as a kid, and just done the little running fingers thing. Well,
If I
running-
if I did like a running alongside the car thing, I don't remember it, which is weird.
The running fingers thing, yeah. Conjuring like characters, no. Because I can't do that.
This motherfucker can't conjure an apple.
Oh,
that is interesting. Why can't he conjure that? Is he stupid or something?
maybe. I don't fucking know.
Oh my god. Oh dear god.
Cirrus.
All right.
Sonic Fan 1661 again. Thank you very much. This one says, for $5. I've heard the ring sound at a bread and butter shop in Wisconsin Rapids several years ago. So not just BP, if more locations use it as well. It's still weird though.
We definitely stopped in at some non-BP gas stations and heard that.
Yeah. Definitely did. I gotta watch that video again. Going down that insane rabbit hole. But that would have been great for that list. The gas station ring noise. Simple as that.
Yeah.
All right. Is it Wayne's turn?
It is Cirrus's turn.
No, I just read it.
You did just read that.
Yeah,
It's Wayne's turn with Stardust Chaos with $5. Metal Sonic. Thanks. I agree.
I think he's pretty cool.
I think he's pretty wizard. That's the kid's
Finish the line. There you go.
Oh god. All right, pup.
Is it me? Okay, we got Mike1911 with $4.99. Here's one that should go on an iceberg for Sonic. Apparently, the M1911 was going to be usable in Shadow the Hedgehog instead of the HK USP Tactical. I'm assuming that's a gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
that's his name after all. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
He
it
loves
would
his
also
guns. He loves his guns.
it would also be
Michael
kind of
loves his
funny. It would also be kind of funny considering that's the gun that killed Maria.
That would be awesome.
Hell yeah.
Here you go, Shadow. Trauma in the palm of your hands.
I'm going to use this to kill another little girl.
Sage.
Shadow kills Sage.
Oh my god.
Oh,
And
wouldn't that be
Eggman's
fun
like,
if we
"Oh."
find out that Sage is based off of like archived memories of Maria or something?
Didn't they kind of
And
loosely
she's got
hint
she's
at it?
got bad girl on her underwear.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh
Thank you for that.
jeez.
I never wanted to be reminded of that again, but thank you.
Be great on an
right now.
iceberg. Magnus with
Yeah, great on an
5
iceberg.
croissants. This is a question for Nick and only Nick. Would you ever consider making a video on the Panzer Dragoon trilogy? Great games that need more attention. Magnus, that's been on like the back burner for a very, very, very long time. The nasty truth is, and as much as I love Sonic, and I've said it 1,000 times, like I get punished really, really badly by YouTube when I talk about anything that's not Sonic related. So at this point, I'm probably gonna have to make a second channel because just a Ninja Turtle review, like just tanked my views horribly. So we'll see. I would love to, but that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of work just to put it online and be like, hey, this is not doing good for your channel, and we're going to punish the rest of your channel for it not doing good. So that's the brutal truth of YouTube, which sucks. But
I'm gonna make a
I'd love
video
to.
on Panzer Dragoon just to piss you off, Magnus.
Oh my god. But I know there are I know I haven't seen it yet, but like I played a video game, did a really lengthy retrospective on the entire series. So that'd be a great place to start there. I would love to do it myself. I've not played through Saga yet, but
From what I hear, is fucking wild.
it's one of the it was considered one of the greatest RPGs of all time, and I've always wanted to figure out, is that the case, or are we in a Sonic CD situation where it's trapped on a thing and everyone has to, put it up above like everything else on the Sega Saturn? I don't know. I'd love to find out.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for bringing this game up again. That the team that worked on Panzer Dragoon Saga, they actually went on to work on Skies of Arcadia, which was originally planned for the
Oh.
Saturn before it moved over to the Dreamcast.
Looked really good on the Dreamcast.
Oh yeah.
Really good on Dreamcast.
But yeah, it's not to undermine like Saga. Honestly, all the Panzer Dragoon games, like they were doing some really impressive shit with the Saturn for that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's not a trilogy. I mean, it was a trilogy on the Saturn, but like, I mean, you have the Xbox game, you got that Game Gear game.
Oh, true.
Right.
Yeah.
So that'd be fun. That would be really, really fun. I'd love to. But yeah, I think that's all of our super chats for today.
That is everything.
All right.
We did it.
Wayne, you wanna take us out since you
All right.
brought us
Well,
into this world?
Uh-oh.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you gotta do it
All
quick
right, let's
though.
see.
Oh, jeez.
Got the-
Oh
got
my
the
god.
pyrotechnics ready to roll right here. Okay, boys, line up. If you feel more comfortable looking at the wall while I get this done, that's fine. All right, Pup, what are you working on, sir?
Ow! Okay, so I am currently working on a video on a very, very controversial Spider-Man fan film. You can figure it out from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Have you seen
I've
it?
decided I'm going to do the video on it, but I'm gonna review it as a film. All right, I will address that it is controversial, but I ain't gonna talk about that because I got nothing to add. I'm just gonna review it as a film.
Attaboy.
You did also work on a video recently, just kind of talking about, and I'm sorry if my comment on the video was just a little too Debbie Downer, but it was a good video about the ending to Sonic Frontiers as it stands now, because that may end up being kind of lost, and like as that game concludes in its current form, we're not going to be getting that again. And it was a good little deep dive on just kind of like all of this information here. I would also recommend people go check that out.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, man. Truth be told, I haven't actually seen your comment. I didn't know you'd commented, so be sure to check it out. You have a little bit of time to edit it if you want to change anything now.
It's literally me just bitching about, like, I get the intent of the ending, and I didn't believe any of it because the game didn't sell me on the plot.
That's fair. It's like, yeah. You either roll with it or you don't, like, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Nick, what are you working on right now? Other than Ninja, the little corpse Ninja Turtles.
I've got 4 scripts that I need to sit down and just finish these things up. So I said that last week, and like I added another script to it because I was getting so tired of the Freedom Fighter conversations on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like I'm gonna finish up the Gamecom video first, and then either the collections video or Sonic Set AM. But that, I mean, I have to get a video done this week, so that's coming soon.
Cool.
All right, and Cirrus, we know you've got something coming up, but what all are you doing right now?
So I'm gonna be starting my subathon later today after I get a nap in, basically. Um, and aside from that, I think during it I'm gonna be trying Noita for the first time on stream, which I like roguelikes a lot, and this feels like it's a very, very punishing roguelike. So if people want to see me suffer and scream, that's a thing you'll be able to see, I suppose.
Cool. And I'm kind of in the same place I was last week. Just I was traveling a lot, and when I got home, very tired. That and I had to go to work, and I'm just really tired, and I can't wait until I have peace of mind again. All right. Anyway. Yeah, you can find us all on our socials, everything like that. Do remember Mondays are the new days for the podcast now. Thank you guys for joining us this week, and I guess we will catch you next time.
All right. Bye.
That's the end.